What up, though, guys? You already know it's your girl, Jaja. Listen, another exclusive DR2 Productions with the one and only, Towanda Braxton, international superstar, reality show star. You are here in Detroit.
I am.
What up, though?
What up, though? What up, though?
I felt that in your soul.
What up, though? Let me tell you something. I'm here. Let me tell you. Food is so delicious.
I like how you clap when you talk.
Thank you. It's the food for me.
It's the food for me. I love that.
And the people.
And the people. You know, your spirit is so illuminating on the screen and off the screen. I love your family that made the decision to put themselves out there.
Yeah.
You're no stranger to TV, to radio, to media, to any of the entertainment industry. But now you've transitioned from, working with your sisters to actually stepping out on your own and building your own brand. What does that feel like for you?
It feels amazing. What it's like, a lot of people don't even know my backstory. And that's okay.
I love that.
Because I'm not the type of human that preys on praises.
That's a word right there. Praise. Prey. On praises. Come on, talk about it.
So, you are so funny. So when I was, way back in elementary school, I've always been in plays.
Really? What was your first one in elementary school?
I played a ghost.
What?
Yeah, it was a Halloween play, and I played a ghost.
Okay.
Ghost number 2.
Okay.
Then we had musicals. I was always in the musicals for school.
Okay.
In junior high school, I was in the plays for junior high school.
What made you launch into that?
I just loved that. I just loved it. I loved everything about the entertainment industry. I loved music so much that I used to see colors.
Ooh.
Yeah, I used to see colors.
I
just loved it. And so much so that I learned how to play. Well, I took clarinet classes when I was in 3rd grade.
Okay, I played the violin.
Right? And
you had that little wood piece.
Yeah, so reed. It's called a reed. It's called a reed. So after I was taught how to play the clarinet, I taught myself how to play other instruments. Like I taught myself how to play the piano, and I could read music.
Man, right? That's a beautiful gift to read music.
I know how to read. I love everything. Like I said, I love everything about music. Everything about music that I loved. Loved it. So then when it was time to go to college, we did the song. The family had a song called The Good Life. It was released in 1989 and all that stuff with Arista Records. And then, Tony moved on and, it became Tony Braxton.
Yeah.
But in the midst of that, we meaning me, Trina, Tracy, and Tamar, were on Off-Broadway for Dreamgirls in Maryland.
Yes.
I played Laurel.
You better.
Trina played Dina.
Come on.
And Tracy and Tamar alternated with playing Michelle.
Okay.
So the director, who was also a professor at Howard University, his name was Professor Cooper.
Hey, Coop.
Right, he passed away. He was murdered, actually. But the point is, he was a professor for theater, and he was like, Laurel, because he always called us by our name.
Cast name, okay.
He was like, Laurel. He said, you never had any acting classes? I was like, no, sir, I've never. He was like, you're kidding. I was like, no.
Yeah.
He was like, what you have is rare. It's like raw.
Very natural.
He said, so he offered me a theater scholarship from Howard University, and I did not take it.
Wow.
I did not take it.
Wow.
I did not take it.
What? Exclusive?
I did not take it.
What?
I didn't. I was thinking about the family business. I always thought about the family business.
Yeah. The sacrifices.
Always that.
Yeah.
But I don't have any regrets.
Because it's full circle now.
Yeah, but it's just no regrets in my life because I learned from things.
Yeah.
However, although there are no regrets, I'm like,
what?
The class that was at Howard at that particular time, those of Taraji, all those individuals that actually, went to Howard, and that would have been beautiful, but it wasn't my time.
It wasn't your time.
And that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
And you had a different, God ordained your steps differently.
Yes. It just wasn't time.
Because your you, specifically you, out of your siblings, and I said this to you when I first met you, you've always had such a level head.
Yeah.
Very calming decision making. Where does that come from? Because in a world full of chaos, like
just growing up, I was always I've always been a leader. Not to say that no one else in my family.
Yeah,
was a leader.
of course.
I've always been a leader, and I remember that in 2004 when I was on Starting Over with Iyanla, she used to tell me that that I was a leader. But it's just when you are just blooming into your greatness, you don't really understand it.
I love
you
that.
know.
You don't.
But now that I'm walking firmly, in it, I know what it is.
I know what it is.
I know what it is. I've emerged.
You have emerged.
I've emerged.
And as you are emerging, you're now working with Dennis Reed.
Yes, it's amazing.
How does that feel coming to Detroit? You're not just here on doing something with your sisters.
Right.
You're here doing something for you.
For me.
And you playing a big dog part.
I am.
We ain't gonna talk too much.
I am.
It's C14 classified.
It is. Let me tell you what it is. So this is the first time that I've ever been a part of a series.
Yes.
And in a role.
Continuing role.
Continuing role.
Yeah.
Because I've done appearances on the series before.
Yes, you have.
But to be one of the characters is amazing.
And to learn the lines, because with reality TV, they do more so of setting the scene, and then y'all just go in there and y'all figure that thing out. Well, how is that different from doing 5-6 seasons?
Right.
Of BFV.
Yeah.
And then now I'm walking into a whole new series on my own.
Well, I look at the series like a stretched out movie.
Oh, come on, yeah.
So when I've done so many movies that I treat it the same way. Yeah. And usually what I typically do anyway is like I learn my lines when I show up. I know that sounds crazy.
That don't.
Even if it's a whole bunch, I learn when I get there.
That sounds like a strategy and a technique.
Yeah, I love it. I just absolutely love it, and I make it my own.
Yeah, you do. And I've seen you off the camera and on the camera, and you pick up on the energy of your character.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that I love. But I also love that you're a character.
Oh.
Well,
I can't be a Braxton if I'm not.
And what is that like when y'all are, because now you're in a new season of Braxton Family Values, and you all...
Well, let me just tell you. It's not only a brand new series, it's a brand new series. Let me tell you. So
I like how the quotes.
In the past it was called Braxton Family Values. Yeah. Now it's just called The Braxtons. And this is considered season 1 of just The Braxtons. And a lot of people are like, what's the difference? Well, there's no difference. What's the difference? So the difference is this. Braxton Family Values was all 5 of us. The Braxtons is the Braxtons without Tracy. So that's a new show.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. And I lost my brother. My brother was murdered in prison by correctional officers.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. His friends laced his weed and they wanted to see how he was going to react. And from there, it just went all downhill. So we were battling a lot of mental health illnesses and different things of that nature. I had never had to go to the hospital for him to get a shot and go to different mental facilities. That was nothing in my world.
Right.
So when you all lost your sister, was that something new for you all to deal with?
Yes. I mean, it was new, but not so new.
Okay.
Because 2 years prior to Tracy transitioning, we lost our niece.
Oh, right.
So my brother's daughter. So we lost her, and that was an immediate thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? But with Tracy, it was a progression of her transition.
Gradually, Wow. And it does something when you lose a sibling.
It does. It's a different loss. It's almost a part of yourself that leaves.
Yeah. Because my mom had 7 kids, and my brother was right under me. So he was my first best friend. Gotcha. My first pal, my first buddy. My first, he did it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And to have family functions. Do you find yourself embracing each other a lot more? Do you find it to be weird? Because we're in a weird space right now.
It definitely is very weird. And that's something that I think that the viewers don't really understand because it's a shift that happens. And even though the first time we literally really talk about Tracy's transitioning is on the show because we have a grief counselor that comes in to talk to all of us. but it's a different feeling.
Yeah.
Because we never talked about it.
Wow.
We never talked about it. All we talked about is what she wanted, what she didn't want. We were going to make sure that we granted her wishes. We followed all the things that she wanted for us to do, because we never wanted to go against what her wishes were.
Absolutely.
She never wanted a funeral. She didn't want a wake. She didn't want any viewing. She didn't want any of that.
Yeah.
So we didn't do any of those things. She said that she just wanted a celebration the same way that we celebrated our niece. So that's what we did.
I love that. I love that. Do you find yourself learning more things about yourself now that your sister's transition?
I wouldn't say that I'm finding out new things about myself. I'm just open to the newness of my energy.
Yeah, because like I found myself hugging a tree the other day.
I love hugging trees. I've always hugged trees.
See, that wasn't my thing yet. I was
always
grounding myself.
I've always hugged trees.
I used to I do the shoes off. I ground. But see, now I guess when you lose somebody so close to you, you start like loving more of life.
Yeah, I've done that. And let me just tell you, I look at, I don't even call it death.
Come on. Talk to me.
I look at transitioning different than most people.
Yeah.
And this is biblical, but you know, we kind of, as humans, we're kind of taught
Talk
to
big
think
T.
a different way.
Talk big T.
You know, even
I
though
know where
it's
you're going.
biblical,
I know.
because we are.
We've been trained.
I'm getting children.
We've been trained.
Yes, because we are spiritual beings before we become human.
Come on.
Period.
That part.
So once your human flesh, your body,
The natural part of
the
you.
natural part no longer exists. Your spirit still
Baby.
lives. It's here.
It's here.
It's here.
Come on.
It's here.
Come
and
on.
although I miss the human part of
Yes.
touching and loving on my sister, I'm also thankful that we were able to have all these seasons
Yes.
to document.
Yes.
You know, those experiences and all those things. But she's still here.
She's still here.
She still comes to see me in my dreams.
Really? When was the first time?
Yes.
The first dream when you had your first one?
When she was sick.
Okay.
When she was transitioning.
Because I had one for my mom when she was transitioning.
She was transitioning, and I was laying on this bed, and she came in the room the way that she used to come in the room. And I remember I was overwhelmed with happiness.
Wow.
But I felt peace.
Yeah.
It was so peaceful.
Yeah.
You know?
And the calmness.
It's all of that. So I just know, because I know. And I was just talking to my sister Trina about this the other day, and one of my best friends, and I told them, I said, you know, now how I look at life is this. What I believe to be true, and I know that a belief is nothing but something that you tell yourself over and over and over and over again to make it true for you.
Yeah.
Is that when you transition, right? My belief, when you transition, you have a moment of reminders of the things that you've done for yourself and the things that you've done to and for other people, good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah.
And let's just say you've done a person wrong deliberately. I believe that the spirit comes and shows you how that person felt.
Come on.
So that you can experience those feelings that you've poured into someone else, good, bad, or indifferent.
That's why vengeance is mine.
Vengeance. You see what I'm saying?
It's
so
mine.
you have to be careful on how you treat
How
people.
you move. Fast.
You have to, because karma may not happen on this physical.
You hear me? You hear me?
I don't want it in the spiritual.
You hear me? You'll get a whooping that you
So,
ain't ready to take.
That's why before people transition, I'm sorry.
Getting their house in order.
Getting it out, because you don't want that feeling.
You don't want that.
Because just imagine the things that you've done to people.
Yeah.
And how it made them feel.
Yeah.
And then you're going to experience it.
And I think that's one of the reasons why you carry so much peace, because you are very meticulous on how you move.
Woo! You better believe it.
That's why I would see you, and I don't know you like from a can of paint, but I would watch the show and I would see you in an alignment where you're not bothered. It could be all of this going on, and you would be so serene
And still.
and you ain't giving nothing, no sound, no you, and it's almost like you're calculating your spirit and your emotions. Why is that so important for emotional intelligence and just knowing who you are when you're walking into these type of opportunities?
Because I've always been taught, even at a very young age, I know it sounds crazy, I was very young when I believed this and walked through this. Never allow another person to have that much control over your emotions, that means that they can control you.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to allow a person to make me upset, mad, pissed off. Happiness is wonderful, but that other part isn't worth it to me.
That part.
And I can control it. I can just get centered really quickly. Let me just get centered real quick. That's what we're big on that. Me and Sean, my honey,
Yes.
we're very big on getting centered. Even if something pisses me off,
Yeah.
I can't change it.
Yeah.
I can't move it.
Yeah.
But what I can do is change me.
Okay. Well, listen, I know you got a YouTube channel for you and your
do.
honey. How can they find it? How can they follow you? How can they follow your story? And how can they tune in to the new Braxton?
Yes. So our YouTube is called King Ladybug.
Hey, King
He calls
Ladybug.
me Ladybug. I call him King. So together
I
we're King
love
Ladybug.
that. I can't wait to get my man to give me a nickname.
I know.
Oh my God. See, I'm gonna text you like, he called me Sugar Bomb.
But I'm also on Instagram,
Okay.
Towanda Braxton.
Okay.
And then on, I mean, people really don't do Twitter anymore, do they?
Nah, not for
But
real.
I'm on all those
But you on
platforms.
all.
But I'm just really excited about life. And you can catch us on the Braxtons on Friday nights on WeTV, or you can stream it live on All Black. And our finale is actually going to be on September 27th.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna hang out with Towanda, y'all.
Yes.
So if y'all looking for me, I'm gonna be celebrating the Braxtons, okay? Talk Big T. So listen, DR2 Productions, we're at a secret location, C14 classified. You already know, an exclusive with Towanda Braxton.